you're taking care of it, and I can start. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay. Shalom, everybody, and welcome to Café Israeli. This is our second meeting, our second session, and today we're hosting Ori Sasson. My name is Daniel Gurevich. I'm the emissary, the Shaliach of Maccabi USA, the Israeli emissary, and I'm having Ori for, I guess, a conversation. It's more like a friendly conversation between us and I guess the rest of you, and we will ask Ori some questions. And just for us to set the rules of this conversation, Ori. So I have some questions prepared, obviously, and I will definitely ask them. And meanwhile, I guess the other guests that are watching our meeting, they can also send their questions using the chat. And we will talk, and I will ask the questions, and then we will get back to the thing that I'm interested about, and then we will ask some more questions until we all get tired or whatever you decide to go. Obviously, your schedule is more important, so I hope that we have at least an hour, and we will see, what's going on next. So, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so happy to see you again. We met before, but I'm so excited that we're having this opportunity during these uneasy times. I will really, obviously in Israel you don't need an introduction, but I will briefly introduce you. You are an Israeli, a professional judoka, a judo player. You're 29 years old. You are roughly 260 pounds. You're above 100 kilo. You're 100 kilo is your weight category. You're a huge guy. And you have tremendous. Obviously, your athletic achievements are amazing and tremendous. I will just mention some of them. 2009 MaccabiUSA gold medal. 2015, 2016 Europe Games and European Judo Championship, and 2016 bronze medal in Rio de Janeiro Olympic Games. I will definitely ask you several questions about this one. Numerous times you won medals in different Grand Slams and Grand Prix. I guess the last one was in Tel Aviv. Is that true?
That's true.
So just several months ago, right? Before all the madness started.
It was in January, actually, in the beginning of 2020.
Yeah,
that was a really important competition for me because I love to fight in Israel, and I felt I was like in a very good shape, and all the Israeli crowd was like crazy. And the guy I fought against him in the final was from Korea. I lost him 3 times, and I took this opportunity to beat him in the country, and it was an amazing feeling. So right now I'm ranking 8 in the world in the Olympic ranking list, and I feel in a very good shape. So even though right now with the team, we're not working together. We're not allowed to train together because of the situation. I took myself actually, and I moved to a friend's house who lives in Ramat Gan, and we train together. He's a weightlifter coach, and we train together every day, morning and evening. And actually now I feel in a better shape than I was.
That's interesting. So let's put a pin on this one. Can you tell us a bit about how your day looks like, being a professional athlete and being someone who is actively preparing himself for such a big competition as the Olympic Games in Tokyo, which you were doing before all the Corona madness started?
Okay, so
how did your day look like, and how does it look now?
First of all, I wake up in the morning. I have a huge breakfast. I eat my breakfast like the nutrition, exactly what the nutrition told me. This is what I'm doing. and then I'm preparing for the first training in Wingate. It could be weightlifter training or judo training or running training. Right after I go to physiotherapy, and then of course I eat again because I love to eat and I need to eat because I'm very big.
You have to eat. Yeah,
I have to eat a lot, about 5,000 calories a day. Yeah. And right after the physiotherapy, I look with my psychology. We sit together and we see what is the advantage of my competitors and what is the disadvantage. We're trying to figure out what is the best way to win each fighter. And then I'm going to rest like for 30 minutes or 1 hour. And then the second training, again in Wingate. Usually it's a judo training, very tough training with a lot of randori. Randori in judo, the meaning of randori is fighting. So we're doing like 20 fights, about between 10 to 20 each training, depends on the period. I finish with this training and then I do another workout. It could be like it could be again weights maybe, or running around Wingate, and then I finish my day. When I'm truly tired, I eat again and I eat again, and I'm going to sleep.
So basically, you have lots of cardio training. You have lots of strength training. Do you have like this mental training with the sports psychologist? Is it a daily thing?
By the way, I have 13 trainings each week. Sometimes 3 a day and sometimes 2 times a day. And of course, I have what you asked about the psychology. Maybe?
The psychology. The psychologist. How often do you meet him?
Yeah, so we have a meeting every week. We meet and we speak about my fears, about my dreams. You know, we speak about everything actually, because I believe that if you want to be a good athlete, first of all, you need to know yourself. You need to know in what you're good and what you're bad, and it helps me a lot. Actually, I did the big change that I did was especially because of me, of course, but also because of my psychology a lot. That we worked together for 10 years. And it happened in 2015 when I won the first important competition. I won the silver medal in the European champion in Baku European Games. And after this competition, I felt like I can do it. I can be an Olympic medalist. And I trained really hard for this goal. Every day, every competition, I gave everything I had in training camps all over the world. We travel a lot, actually. We travel in Europe, in all the world, and since this competition, I won maybe every competition until the Olympic Games in Rio, and I ranked 5 in the world. And then the 12th of August, the biggest days of my life, 8 o'clock in the morning, I woke up, I went to the mirror, and I told myself, Ori, today is your day. Today you're gonna give everything you have, no matter what. I wanted this medal so badly. And the bus arrived. I remember exactly the feelings I had. The bus arrived. I was super excited. And I just felt like I felt like I fought for my country, fought for my dream. And then I won the medal. I won, of course, you all know the first round was against an Egyptian fighter who refused to shake my hand. Until today, people ask me what I felt. So what I felt like he hurt the basic values of the Olympism. You know, we learn that every fight we go to shake the hand of our opponent because it shows respect, and this is all the Olympics about respect and human being. And he actually hurt these values. But I was so focused on the next fight, on the next round, and then I thought I won three fights, and then I had to fight against the monster of the judo, Teddy Riner. And hundreds.
He recently retired, right?
No. He didn't.
He's active. Okay.
He's active, and he just lost his first round after maybe 12 years.
Right.
Yeah, last competition. And he's kind of the LeBron of the judo, LeBron James of the judo. And it was a really tough fight until this last second. We were even, and then he threw me by Wazari. Wazari, it's points, not full knockouts. It's like half. And basically in judo, the more your bag touch the floor, the more points you get. So he got the points. He went to the final, and I went to the bronze medal. And I can tell you those moments was super scary. And I told myself that this is my dream. I need to take it with my hands because this is the biggest opportunity I ever had. And I remember the way Oren, my coach, the way he breathed, I hear his breathing, and I started to breathe like him because I was super excited. We went to the fight. I look all the Israeli crowd, something like 300 people came to Rio, especially for cheer me and the other guys in the team. And I won. It was a tough fight. I won only by one penalty. I was like more active than him. And then I became the Olympic medalist for Israel. And I became familiar in one day. Everyone know me in Israel. And it's fun. I love it. People in Israel are warm and they show her emotions, and I love it.
Nice. So tell us a bit more about the Olympic Games. I guess this is, for an athlete, for a professional athlete, that's the top of the mountain. That's the highest place that you can get. Tell us a bit about this experience. How was it? How was it to be there? How is it different from other international competitions that you participated in?
Okay, so when I arrived to the Olympic Village in Rio, I saw all the other opponents looking nervous. I could see it in their faces. I started to understand that this is a real איך אומרים אירוע? שכחתי.
Event.
A real event. A really big event. And I told myself, Ori, you are one of the best sportsmen in all the world. It was crazy. Each country have their own flag on the building, except of us. Well, you know why. And everything is free in the Olympics. That's amazing. You get phones, you get a Samsung phone, you get free food, and you feel like you're in heaven, actually. Yeah. I remember that one day I saw Ocean Boat. I tried to catch him. He's very fast for a picture, and it was also nice.
It's very fast, yeah.
It's very fast, and it's amazing adventure because you see all the best athletes in the world. You see 1 second you see a basketball player huge and tall, and then you see a weightlifter small and big. Like I don't know. It's like a jungle actually sometimes when you think about it.
A circus, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Interesting.
And it's amazing adventure. It's the most higher goal of each athlete, of each Olympic athlete in the world. So first of all, I felt honored to be there. And of course, when I won the medal, it was a dream that came true. It was amazing. Well, we need to understand Israel is a small country, and every win, every something good that happened, like the Eurovision, for example, with Neta, it's people very excited. Like everyone know it. Everyone sit on the couch. By the way, it was in Friday noon, so everyone could see it.
Everybody watched.
Everyone watched, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it sounds like you are sharing this achievement basically with the whole country, right? Especially after you're coming back with this medal, so everybody feels like they had a part in it. So yeah, it's a very Israeli thing, I guess, right?
Yeah.
How we support how little how little reasons we generally have to be proud, and how are we proud about these small achievements, these big achievements, I mean, but we don't, unfortunately, we don't have many of them. So you have mentioned this incident with the Egyptian. Was that the first time that you kind of felt this kind of disrespect, or I would say I guess it's almost an anti-Semitism, right? Anti-Zionism, I don't know, how should we call it?
Yeah, well, it happens a few times before the Olympics. One time it happened in Abu Dhabi when the organizers took our flag out. They didn't allow them to fight with our flag, and it was very weird to fight with an IJF, International Judo Federation, back number. This is something I remember. Another one is another Egyptian fighter in May 2015, also refused to shake my hand. By the way, in this fight I lost, so it was like double exactly,
double disappointment. Yeah,
exactly. But I don't feel like the Muslim fighters, instead of the Iranians, I don't think like they hate us. It's just like the government pressure and all those stuff. We're even in a good relationship. We always say hi. We talk sometimes. For example, the fighter with the one who Sagi fought from Iran, Sagi Muki. He fought with no, he didn't fight against him, but I don't know if you know about it, but Sagi Muki is the world champion in 81 kilograms in the last world champion. He won the gold, and he's supposed to fight against an Iranian fighter who couldn't fight against him because the country didn't allow him.
Yeah.
So this is also another example. And one time we didn't allow to איך אומרים המנון? שכחתי?
Anthem, national anthem.
They didn't play the anthem when we took the gold medal in I don't remember where it was, but it happened a few times before. Yeah.
So each and every time you travel to places like Abu Dhabi, I guess Morocco as well. I remember your then Jerby sharing her experience from Morocco, which was also very intense. She felt very scared there they weren't allowed in, and there was a whole mess about them being Israelis in Morocco. Obviously, Abu Dhabi, you basically you can't perform with having your flag on your gi. You can't, if you win, we won't hear the Atikva until recently, right? We won't hear the national anthem.
Now things change. Now it's okay.
Things change now.
Things change because our president Ponti, he's a really big fighter. So he fought for us to get everything, the flag and the anthem. So right now things are better.
So this is the president of the Israeli Judo Association, right? Ponti.
The president of the Israeli Judo Federation. By the way, he was also an Olympic athlete, and he was the coach of Ori Sasson, the Olympic medalist from Barcelona 1992. Yeah.
Perfect. Ethan Gelber wanted to know, how do you explain the success of judo in Israel? That's a good question, I think.
Hi, Eitan. How are you? I know Eitan, so it's nice to have him here. I think it's a combination of a few things. First, the fact we are warriors. We fight for our life to stay in Israel every day. So I think something in that fact have influence on me, on my friends. We know we need to fight for Israel every day. So this is the first reason. Another reason is the first Olympic medals, Yael Arad and Oren Smadja, when they won the first Olympic medals, children started to believe that they could do it also. And then, it's like, there was
continuity to it, and it was the early 90s, right? It was
Right.
91 in Barcelona, if I'm not mistaken, or 90 in
That's right.
Barcelona, the first time that they
1992,
won the.
Arad won, and then the year after, Oren Smadja won. And the third reason, for my opinion, is the system, the government, the Judo Federation system worked great because we have a very good coaches like Shani Ershko for the women. Shani Ershko, by the way, is the personal coach of Yarden Jerby, and Oren Smadja is the national coach of the men's team. And we have, we know that our goal is not only to fight in the Olympic Games, is to win a medal in the Olympic Games. And when you think about it every day, it's happened.
That's a very interesting answer. That's very inspiring. So, you know what, you've mentioned kids starting to practice judo, and after the success of Yael Arad and Oren Smadja, and I believe actually you were kind of was one of these kids. Can you tell us a bit about, you know, just briefly, you know, how everything started? How did you, growing back in Jerusalem, how did you start being engaged in judo?
Okay, so I started to train in judo when I was 9 years old. I started to train because of my brother alone. He was my model. He was very talented, and he actually won the European champion under 20 few years ago. And it started as a hobby, and every training I started to fall in love. I just started to fall in love in this sport. I love the combination of respect from one side and from the other side, trying to beat your opponent in a very clever ways. And it gave me a lot of confidence when I went to school. I felt good. I met new friends for life until today. By the way, they were with me in Rio. They came to see me, and it was amazing. And when I was a child, I was how can I say it? I didn't believe myself so much. I was very talented in the trainings. All the coaches told me, Ori, you can be a champion. You can do it. But every time I fought in an Israeli champion or other competition, I just lost. Maybe in the second round, third round. And something happened when I was 20. When I was 20, I started to realize that I have to do a change, a mental change. And like I said before, I started to work with my psychology a lot. And I understand that fears are totally natural. Everyone has fears. Everyone excited before a big competition. And when I realized that I'm not special, I'm like everyone, I took my pressure down, and I just started to win. So actually, everything is in the head. I really believe it. When you start to believe yourself, you get results. And this problem was my one of the biggest challenges I had when I was young.
So this is the process that you often describe as, I remember you saying that it's something that you had to become from a kitten to become a lion, right? I think that's pretty much the right translation for this quote. So that was the process. I mean, at the age of 20, you became a lion.
I am a lion now. Actually, you know what is interesting? I was a lion before. I just didn't saw it.
Yeah.
We don't know how strong we are. We need to understand it by things we pass, by people we meet, people who tell us like the real thing, the real stuff, the real things. Actually, you need to know first of all that who you are, and when you accept yourself as a sensitive person, for example, it gave you power. That gave me a lot of power when I understood that I'm sensitive, and it's okay to be sensitive in a sports like judo. It's not weakness. And yes, if there's any sensitive person here, it's okay.
At least one.
At least one. All right. I'm sure there's more.
Okay, I'm sure as well. So, let's elaborate a bit about mental challenges.
Sorry, I just want to say one more thing about what I mean when when I'm fighting, okay? What is the meaning of not believing myself? When in a judo fight, you feel sometimes very, very tired, all right? Because you fight against kind of gladiators, He's strong, he want to beat you anyway, and when you give him the small opportunity that you are like that you are afraid or things like that, he smell it, okay? He can smell it. It's like a jungle. The moment you show weakness, you're done. And this was my problem. Okay, now your turn.
So let's elaborate a bit about mental challenges, and let's take it, to our days now.
Yeah.
You were in the process of preparing yourself to probably one of the major, probably the peak of your career, probably the last Olympic Games that you will be able to participate as an athlete. Tokyo 2020, and as we all know, the games were postponed. You were preparing yourself for these games, I guess, I don't know what, years. You previously described your training routine. For a normal person, it sounds crazy, obviously, but you are not a normal person. So how did it affect you? How do you deal with it? What can we learn from you about dealing with this kind of situation? Because obviously it's heartbreaking.
It's really hard. It's really hard because the last 4 years was very hard for me. I passed a lot. I got injured in my ligaments. I lost many times. I won, and the last period for me was very, very good. I was in the best shape actually for the last 4 years, and I felt like I'm going to bring another medal for Israel. It was my dream. And when I heard that there's a chance that the Olympic will not be in July, it was like something wrong in the system. Where as an athlete, I know that I have a mission, I have a goal in July 30, 2020. And we work for this day, each day during the years. And it's weird, you just need to understand what's going on. But from the other hand, I was like, I agree with this decision, because you can't bring 7,000 people or 10,000 people to one place and think that they will not touch
each other. Yes, it's impossible, obviously. Yeah.
Impossible. And I was in my home when I heard that the Olympics will be next year, and told myself, okay, this is the time to work harder. I didn't sleep in my bed and said, oh my God, what's going on? I worked for this dream so long. I just took this opportunity and just make it better, It didn't hurt my motivation even for 1 second. Because I think what's so special in the Olympic sports people, is that we know to take each situation and take the good from every situation. This is what I mean. And I don't think that what I passed in the last 4 years will just go on. I think it's still inside of me. I just need to keep going, to keep working hard every day. And this is also a message to all of you. I guess you also feel maybe sometimes sad and depressed because of the situation, but don't be like that. Just take this opportunity to do other stuff, or read something, or I don't know, or try to play the piano, or I took the piano, and I can play the piano now. So it's nice.
Can you show us?
Right now, no, but my room is
No, I'm just kidding.
But
that's it's an hour. I'm sorry, someone distracted me here. Okay. That's a very powerful message, I think, to everybody. But obviously, you can't keep the routine that you had before. And I don't know, maybe not everybody aware, but in Israel, it's actually it's not just like in the US that we are advised to stay at home. In Israel, it's an actual curfew. You can't get out of your apartment, of the apartment that you are staying right now. So you obviously can't run outside like you used to. You can't go to the gym like you used to. You can't go to the training facility in Wingate like you used to. And you obviously can't do the randuri because you are not allowed to spar with your sparring partner anymore. So how the hell do you keep in shape?
So if you can go to the gym, bring the gym to your house. This is what I did. I went to the gym and I took, all the weights, a lot of weights, 170 kilograms of weight. And I put it in my car and just drive to my friend's house. And I don't give up. I just find a way. If it's not weight training, so I do like push-ups or setups or everything that makes me feel in a shape. Right, it's not the perfect
Condition.
Not the perfect condition.
Conditions.
I used to train with my friends every day in Wingate, and now we train alone. Each athlete train alone in his own house. But I think that I'm speaking for myself. I take this opportunity to be stronger. For example, in squat, I used to do 150. Now I do 170 kilograms 5 times. So, and also I'm doing a diet now. I'm taking out 8 kilograms of my body because I love to eat. And
you're cutting weight now.
I'm cutting the weight. Yeah, sorry, I'm cutting the weight.
Oh, interesting. So, so what's your plan? So you're getting closer to the 100. What's your plan with the cutting weight?
See, water, only water. No, I'm kidding. No, I cut my weight to 120 because, like I said before, I'm fighting in the open category. It's you need to understand that the guys are monsters. They are 140 kilograms, 150 kilograms. I don't know in pounds, like what?
It's I guess it's above 260, above 260 to 70. I think that's
huge.
The weight.
Yeah, and my advantage in this category is the speed. And when I'm faster, I have more chance to win these guys. So I took this opportunity to cut my weight and be like I was in Rio, because in Rio I was very fast. So this is what I'm doing right now. It's not easy, I must say. It's like to change your own הרגלים, איך אומרים?
Habits.
Okay.
Habits. Yeah. Change your habits.
Change my habits. It's not easy, but when you want something, when you think about it, when you have the goal in your mind, you just do it. You just give up everything and you see only one thing, the goal. The goal is to be strong and to bring another medal for Israel in July 2021.
Interesting. Okay. So I will take a short break and let's see if we have some interesting questions from our audience. And I will just remind everybody that you can send us questions for Ori using the chat, and that this is our second Café Israeli session, and you are most welcome to join us for our next activities. You can always find information about Maccabi USA at home on our website. You are most welcome to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and we look forward to host you for our next sessions as well. Let's see if we have some interesting questions from our audience.
Okay.
Okay. I saw this one. How many eggs do you put in your omelette?
In my what?
In your omelette, כמה ביצים אתה שם בחביתה?
Right now I ate dinner and I ate 4 eggs.
4 eggs.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But you need to understand, I get my protein not from the eggs, from the meat, from the chicken, from the fish, from the protein shake. So I eat everything actually.
But obviously you have a nutritionist that provides you a very detailed plan.
I work with
which helps you with that.
I know exactly what I eat every 3 hours. I have my own paper and I know exactly. 5,000 calories a day. Right now, 4,500 because I need to go down. So.
Yeah, interesting. Do you feel like you have a target on your back as an Israeli athlete that everyone wants to beat you? Asks Shane Carr.
All over the world or in Israel?
No, I guess both. You know, obviously you have some young guys that are looking to beat you as well in Israel, but I assume, you know, in the world as well. Or is it
the tough competition is all over the world because, of course, I remember before I was Olympic medalist and I fought against an Olympian medalist, I had a lot of motivation to beat them because you know they have the medal and you want to be with the medal also. So I felt right after the Olympic Games where my first competition was in Uzbekistan. I took the gold, but it was really tough. Every fighter fought with me like he wanted to kill me. He wanted to take my medal. But it's naturally because this is sport. This is the sport life. You need to be better every day.
Do you have any superstition or a ritual that you are performing on the competition day or before you're actually getting to the mat? אמונות תפלות או דברים כאלה שמטרידים.
The competition starts a lot before it starts. I mean, 3 weeks before, I don't go out. I mean, I see my friends and my family, but I don't drink and I don't go to parties. I do I become very professional, and it helps me mentally to feel like I sacrificed the fun things in life, and then it makes me stronger. So, and also in my food, the way I eat like like a real professional, not only also before the competition, but also, you know, always. But before the competition, I push myself more. When I'm training like really hard. I give 100% every training because it builds my confidence for the next tournament. But you know what's interesting in judo, and I think in other sports also, you can do all that and still go to the competition, wake up in the morning and feel terrible. And then you need to bring your mental power and give your 100% in the competition. So the most important for me is the day, but before it's also important.
What do you eat on your cheat day? You know, what's your guilty pleasure? What do you eat? You know, when nobody. I love
hamburger, vetrina. You know, vetrina in Israel we have vetrina. My
That's
friend
nice.
here is laughing because he go with me. Amit is here. He's one of my best friends. We go a lot together to eat this shit.
Interesting. So obviously, you know, having a lifestyle that's something that, as you mentioned, you are probably 110% dedicated to your mission to be a judo medalist, to be a professional judoka. Do you receive any support from the government, the Ministry of Sport, the Olympic Committee in Israel? And if so, can you tell us just a bit? Don't get into numbers, obviously, but let us just understand. Like,
I'm a multi-millionaire. I'm kidding. And it goes like that. When you win important medal, like in European champion, world champion, Olympic medal, so there's companies, for example, a bank, who take you and make you a presenter of them. My sponsor is my own sponsor is Bank Yahav, and they help me a lot to focus on what I need to focus, on training and not do other stuff. And also the government help, yeah. It's not like $1,000 in a month, but it gives me something that I can also focus in the judo. That helps me to focus in the judo. But this is not a sport that you become a rich. You do it for yourself, for the country, but what I'm doing right sometimes, when I have the time and I'm not in a very hard time of competition, I'm doing lectures. I'm doing lectures in a school for kids or companies. I'm trying to inspire them from my own stories, like I was actually in the BBYO in 2 years ago, and it was
so
really.
That's actually a great opportunity to mention it. That's something that you also already started doing, and you are doing lectures. And if someone in the audience would like to invite you for a lecture, obviously maybe after the whole madness with the coronavirus will be over, but you will be definitely happy to do so. And just on my personal, if I can put my 2 cents into it, I think it's an amazing lecture, and hearing your experience and seeing the bronze medal that you are bringing with you, it's so compelling and amazing to see, and to hear about your journey. So if anybody wants to hear it or to invite you, we will share your contact details and how to do it. So you told us a bit about the support that you are getting from the government that allows you to compete and to dedicate yourself completely to the mission of judo. What are your plans after that will be over? Are you thinking about the day that your judo career will be over?
Of course, I'm thinking about it. It's really weird because I'm doing judo all my life since I was 9 years old. But I think inside of me, I want to inspire young people, inspire the young generation, inspiring people from all ages. And right now, I'm studying psychology in the IDC. I'm doing my degree there. I'm a 3rd year, and I don't know. I need to finish with Tokyo and see what's going on. But I have a lot of plans in my mind. I just keep them right now inside. It's too early.
Yeah. Interesting. So 2009. I'm sorry I'm taking you so far back away. 2009, you participated in the MaccabiUSA and you won the gold medal. And obviously Maccabi USA and Maccabi World Union, this is the organization that produces the MaccabiUSA, and Maccabi USA sends the largest delegation to the MaccabiUSA. Do you remember this experience? You were 19, I guess, so you were pretty young, but was it meaningful for you?
It was a lot of meaning for me because it was my first competition, I think, representing Israel in Israel. And it was special because for me, it was the first time I see people from all over the world, Jewish actually, from all over the world coming to Israel, especially for this competition. I felt proud to be one of the athletes who are gonna fight there. And I was very happy to win my first gold medal for Israel in the MaccabiUSA. It was really nice. My family was there, my friends, and it was really, really fun. I love it.
Was the competition good? Were the other athletes tough? Was the level of the competition good?
They were not bad, but I thought in other better competitions, But it was really nice. Maybe because my category weight is There's a lot. There's not enough Jewish, enough huge Jewish in my size.
Your size, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What is the most important thing that you learned about yourself?
Wow. I learned a
During
lot.
your career? I know, it's not me. People are asking.
Yeah, I know. I learned that when I don't have any opportunity, like when I'm with my back to the, איך אומרים, עם הגב לקיר, with my back
You're
to
with
the,
your back to the wall, yeah. You're with
when
your
I'm,
back to the wall.
exactly, when I'm with my back to the wallet, I feel I have some powers inside of me. I even better than like just a regular sportsman who win competition. To win too much for me is not good. Better for me to be like to lost sometimes and to understand that I don't have any opportunities. This is better for me. I have a lot of power in my soul to bring myself and win and make my dream come true.
That's very nice. I remember watching some kind of documentary about Arik Ze'evi. It's gonna be a long story that I'm gonna tell you now, but I have to tell the story because we will get to the point. I remember myself watching some documentary about Arik Ze'evi and the way that he trains with his psychologist, and I remember that the psychologist gave him some kind of like a mantra, like a phrase that he keeps on repeating to himself in order to be mentally stronger on the mat. And I remember that phrase was, Ata balabait al hamizron. You're the owner of the mat. That was something that Arik was asked to tell himself over and over again. And because Café Israeli, it's also an opportunity for us to learn a bit Hebrew, I was wondering if you have an expression or a mantra or a phrase in Hebrew that you can teach us, and something that helps you when you need to focus, and to bring yourself to the top level of performance.
Well, I don't know if I have a specific mantra, but I can tell you that the judo is a mirror to my life. And he spoke about the mantra of Ori Ze'evi when he go to the mat, so he is the owner. I totally agree with this mantra, because if you feel that you're number one and you're going to beat everyone and you are the first to go up every time it's hard, and it's hard in the fight, you have a lot of hard moments, you just become this guy. So I will take Arik Ze'evi mantra and ואיך אומרים, אני אחזק את זה.
I will stress it. I will even, I will level it up.
Yeah, exactly. I will level it up, because the way you act in your job, in your family life, this is exactly the way who you are. This is who you are. So just decide to be the best, to be a good person, to respect the others, and don't afraid to go and give everything you have for your dreams, even if it's hard, even if sometimes you don't believe yourself. Just do it with a lot of belief, because sometimes we don't know how many power we have. We just don't know. This is my mantra, I guess.
Amazing. Okay, Ori, we are getting, I guess, to the last several minutes of our conversation, and it's been a pleasure so far. So I just want to ask you, I guess, several more like short questions. I hope it's gonna be, just a bit easier questions, but maybe just for everybody just to get to know you a little bit better. What's the favorite place you have traveled for a competition?
Abu Dhabi, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. How does it look like?
It's very, very special country. Like, it's hot, and they have the best oranges. And
Interesting.
the building's huge, and it's like in the desert, so it's very special to see it every time. And also when I fight there, I love to fight there because I have a lot of motivation. I won bronze 2 years ago in Abu Dhabi, and I know that a lot of Israeli was really excited. And for me, I love to fight in Abu Dhabi. I also love to fight in Paris Grand Slam, because Paris Grand Slam is like it's like the in tennis you have the, what is the name of the best tournament in Paris in tennis?
I think it's the Grand Slam, I guess, the Australian and the US Open.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly.
Oh, they're Roland Garros. Roland
Yeah,
Garros.
it's like the Grand Slam Paris is like the Roland Garros, 20,000 of French people who knows judo, who feel judo, and the atmosphere is crazy there. I won in 2015. I took the silver medal in Paris, and it was crazy. With the crowd that cheer me up, and I just love it. And also I love to fight in Tel Aviv, of course. Tel Aviv with my family, with my friends. The best crowd. The best crowd.
We definitely could see it on your last fight against the Korean guy. In Tel Aviv's Grand Prix, we could hear the crowd cheering and how it lifted you up. So the energy, I guess, is amazing. The Israelis are very loud, so you feel the pressure for sure.
For sure.
Who is your hero?
My hero. Well, I don't have actually a real hero. I have a lot of heroes. One of them is Kobe Bryant. I love them. And Michael Jordan. I love Michael. And also Arik Zevi. He was my hero when I was young. But right now I don't have someone specific. No.
Fair enough. What is your favorite Jewish holiday?
Jewish holiday, Purim. Purim.
Nice.
I love Purim. In Tel Aviv, it's so fun. We go out and everyone put the costume, special costume on them, and you can be whatever you want. If you want to be a chicken, you can be a chicken. If you want to be you want to
be Ori Sasson, you can be Ori Sasson.
That's right. And I love Purim. I totally love Purim.
Great. So about 2 years ago, when we had the youth games, Maccabi Youth Games in Israel, our delegation went to the Shalva Center in Jerusalem. And I'm pretty sure that we saw your gi hanging there. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Can you explain why is your gi hanging in Shalva Center, and what is your connection to this unique facility?
So I was lucky to know Shalva Center. So Shalva Center is kids with disabilities who located in Jerusalem. And right after the Olympic Games in Rio, a good friend of mine took me to the center, to Shalva Center, and show me this incredible place. And I started to cry because, you know, when you're in such a high, after the Olympics, I was really high, and then you go to Shalva and you start to understand what is the most important things in life. And then I wanted to do something good for Shalva, so I sell my judo uniform from Rio in $100,000. And from this, one second. Sorry. So I sell my judo uniform in $100,000. And I took the money and built a judo club for kids with disabilities in Shalva. And this is an amazing project. I was honored to be one of the people who built this project. I go to Shalva every month. I go to the kids. I play with them. I teach them judo sometimes. And it's amazing. It's amazing.
Ori, we've been talking for an hour. I think it's about time.
We finished?
Yeah, I know.
I have a lot to say to them. Okay, next time.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to say to Maccabi and all the people that taking part in this conversation, thank you so much for what you're doing for Israel. And I love Israel, and I guess you also love Israel. So, and just keep being strong. This period is not easy not for me, for everyone. And I wish you healthy and save yourself from the coronavirus. And I hope we all meet in a better times.
We wish you the same.
Thank you so much.
Toda rabah.
Thank
you. we wish you all the best and wish you lots of luck. And obviously, we're all gonna support you on your next competitions and endeavors. And thank you so much for taking the time and talking to us. I'd like just to mention to everybody who attended this meeting that we will have more, hopefully, or definitely we'll have more events of Maccabi USA at home. So please visit our website, follow us on social media, and so you can get more details about our next conversation, the next session of Café Israeli.
Nice.
Yeah, Dana needs.
Okay.
Everybody's here.
I have it's like a
reunion.
Who wants to say hello? The chairman of the Maccabi USA delegation, who's also a legendary judoka in his own right, Lou Moyerman, is here. I think he wanted to give you a quick shout out. Hello.
Hey, Ori.
Hi.
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yep.
Can you? Okay, Ori, thank you for doing this with us. You made a comment at the end thanking us at Maccabi, and I'm sure you know who I am with USA Judo too, about how much we do for Israel. And I wanted to thank you and the rest of the judo team in Israel and everybody that competes for Israel, because you guys do so much for your own country and you make us proud there, but you also make all the Jews all over the world proud when you go out on the mat and compete and show such great sportsmanship, professional judo, and of course, the great results that you guys have. So I just want to congratulate you on that and thank you from the bottom of our hearts here in the United States for all that you do for all the Jews all over the world. Ori,
wow,
you're a real gentleman.
So much. Thank you. Wow, thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Lou. It's really exciting for all of us. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Ori.
You're welcome.
Thank you for everyone who joined us. And I hope to see you soon again in our next Café Israeli.
Just give me a call and I come. I will come.
תודה רבה.
Bye.
תודה, אורי. תצליח.
ביי להתראות.
Thanks, Anne.